What's up, YouTube? Thought I'd do a video today about what's in the vape box. What's in your vape box? I know what's in my vape box. Got some cotton, stainless steel mesh, 28 gauge Kenthal, spool of 32 gauge Kenthal, and a whole bunch of clear misers. Really. Cardo tank. Looks like this little guy, only bigger. Got a Cardo, fresh one. They work. Just starting. Get some kind of battery. Could be an Ego battery. An Ego battery is just fine. This is the bigger version and a cheap knockoff version. It works. That's an Aspire on that one. Works fine. You can buy an Aspire. Some of the heads are a little wonky, but whatever. Cardo tanks are a bit loud, but they work. You want to quit the real deal? Start with a Cardo tank. Start with a Kanger protank. What are Cardo tanks now? $13 with a Cardo in it, something like that. Protank, $20. Find the knockoffs for $10. You use protank head. I'll tell you, as long as you're not buying a blue or one of those little cigarette looking ones, which I call e-cigarettes. I don't call these e-cigarettes. These are personal vaporizers. This looks nothing like a cigarette. It shouldn't be advertised as an e-cigarette. It should be advertised as a personal vaping device. That's my view on it. It looks nothing like a smoke. Come on, really. All these, other than the e-cigarettes, are going to give you better vape than you've probably seen come out of a cigarette for smoke. Some of it's a little thicker. Mind the dog. Dog's running in the other room. Ooh, what's outside? Rip Trippers just did a video about rebuilding these. Rebuilt a few of these. The only one part I wish he'd show in this video, which he put a little disclaimer up, that on the head itself, when he took it apart, he was pushing it back together, and I was watching the video and I'm like, man, but then he put a disclaimer up. That little cap that's on the head, you pull that off, there's a wrap on the inside of that of some mesh or whatever, filler material. And you got to pull that back off the cap, wrap it onto the head itself, and then gently put the cap back down. Because if you try to do it with that filler material in the cap still, and you push it back together, you're going to push that filler material up, and your device is going to flood over and over and over again until you take it back apart and do it the right way. I wish you would have shown that part other than just put the disclaimer up. But it is what it is. So, you're looking to get off the smokes. Maybe you don't even smoke. Maybe you're like, hey, I like chewing gum. Different flavors of gum. E-juice comes in all sorts of different flavors. I get most of mine from Gourmet Vapor. You can get this stuff in zero nick, people. So, you know, if you're not a smoker and you just have some kind of oral fixation, tastes good. I got some peach plum in here. Call it Deer Bringer. That's what I was vaping when I was out hunting. Do you like peach? Do you like plum? Weren't in the mood too much to come around this year, but you know. Also, gonna move up in the world. Got an MVP version 1. So yeah, doesn't show me the ohms. Doesn't show me, doesn't let me change watts. Just lets me, got my puff counter on there. And voltage. That's it. You know, I'm vaping my RSST here at 4.1. I found that you do a microcoil build on here, then it works pretty good with an MVP. If you don't do a microcoil build, you just do a regular little build, like watch P. Basardo's videos, something like that. Yeah, it doesn't work good on an MVP. There's just not enough of an amp limit on the battery. Thank you, Phil. Works good. Drilled out the hole in my RSST like many other people. You get an RSST and you try to hit it, and it's like trying to hit a spire. It's a really tight draw. Mine doesn't seem so bad anymore. It used to be really bad. Got the same head in this Aspire for the last couple weeks. Rebuilt it. Not rebuilt this one. But yes, you can dry burn them rip trippers. You just have to be careful. Taking this one apart twice, I think, and cleaned it. Dry burned it. Just fine. A little bit of berry flavor in there. My dog decided it wants to eat. There are tons and tons of different e-liquids out there. Smoke shop down by me carries Simply Vapor. It's good vapor production. It's just a weak sauce on the flavor. Steal that word, weak sauce. But no, what's in your vape box, huh? What's in your vape box? I can show you. Got the regular old Cardo tank. Got my drip tip on here for my RSST because I don't really care for it on the RSST. It makes it almost twice as heavy as what it is already. It's solid metal. iClear 16 uses the same head as an iClear 30. Notice there's no head in there. They burn out on me so quickly that I don't bother replacing them. Maybe down the line, but you know, with an iClear, you do this number, keep the wicks wet all the time. I don't like doing that. Same thing with the Vivi Nova. And the Vivi Nova pretty much looks identical to the Aspire BDC Nova. You know, just coil heads in the top on this one with wicks that come down. On this one, coil heads are in the bottom. There's a video on every product out there. Do some research. What do you want to do? I like stuff that works. Regular Ego battery works just fine. Take a protank. Vision spinner. You turn down to 3.3 volts all the way up to, what is it, 4.8? I'd look at mine and tell you, but I repainted this once because all the paint has come off and it's happening again. So I just kind of guess about 3.8, 3.9 right there. A little wet. Just rebuilt my protank last night. It's cotton. Had it built in there for the last 2 weeks. Still tasted fine, but I wanted to see what cotton would look like after 2 weeks. Yeah, it was pretty black and nasty looking, even though it worked fine still, and I could have just pulled the cotton out and put new cotton in, but I said to hell with it, and I'll just rebuild it. I like rebuilding it. Same with this. I like rebuilding it. Yeah, you can pull the cotton out, but what's the point? I don't even have a cotton build in this right now. I built it with cotton. The first couple times I used it, it works pretty good. And I ran the cotton all the way down. Sorry, Nick, Grim Green. Ran the cotton all the way down, and it worked fine. Nick there, he likes to just put it right at the top there and use it auto drip like. I might as well go back to using an iClear 30 or Vivinova if I'm going to do that number all the time. Got me a mesh build in there. Little microcoil. Doesn't show up very good on my camera, but it's what it is, you know. Works. Line up my little hole. You know? It is what it is. Now, I don't have an e-cigarette to show you guys to compare it to, but you know, you vape it on an e-cigarette, it's more like usually. Oh, so satisfying. Not for me, sorry. Might as well go back to smoking if that's the way they all are. So yeah, what's in your vape box? I got screwdrivers, different size screwdrivers. They're all about the same size. I don't know, millimeters, whatever. They're the right size for what I'm using. You know, got my handy dandy paper clip in case I gotta stick it down some eco wool and build one with eco wool. Got a whole box here. Aspire heads and Kangaroo protank heads. Just because, like everybody else, I just bought them. Buy a 5-pack here, buy a 5-pack here, and then I started rebuilding them. Way cheaper, and if you practice with it, it's way better of flavor and vapor if you do it yourself. So, yeah, you know, gotta have little tools. Hunting knife, you know, get in there. Your little tweaks. It's nice and strong, real thin at the top. Get in there, move your coils around, you know. Use the smaller size Allen wrenches there to do some smaller little micro coils. Just gotta have pliers around, pull stuff apart. Scissors. You know, just use a lighter when I'm heating up my coils. Got tweezers in there. Fingernail clipper. Fingernail clipper clips those little wires right off, right at the head bases, right where you need them to, you know. Protank head. Get right in there and clip. Okay. So what's in your vape box? Got any cool little tricks, whatnot? I just build regular coils usually. You know, I'll mess with the microcoil every now and then if something ain't working out right. Yeah, that's basically what's in my vape box. Like I said, I'll go down to the store if I run out of juice from Gourmet Vapor. Sometimes I just don't keep track of it and go, oh, you know what? I'm out. I will stop at Vermilion River Juice every now and then. It's next to my work. They have a lot of devices in there. I don't recommend their juices. They're okay. Good vapor. Flavor on 2 of the juices, I believe. This is hard lemonade, and I think the pink lemonade are the only 2 that I can vape without having this weird milky after flavor. It's how I describe it. I know there's a vapor juice out there e-liquid, whatever, that is called Mama's Milk. But before I even knew that was around, that's how I described the after flavor of the Vermilion River e-juice. Yeah, there's this weird after hint of old milk. It's just strange, whatever. But they have a lot of devices in there. You pretty much get everything. I still have not seen an Aspire head in there. I'd like to see Aspires in there. Yeah, that's what's in my box. What's in your box? Give a little shout out here at the end. Rip Tripper, good job. You guys like guys that are all over the place? Rip Tripper. Watch Rip Tripper. Grim Green, he's got good energy. P. Basardo and Todd. Mr. Basardo gives some good information out. I've contacted him a few times about different things. He's a good guy, answers your questions. You know, none of these guys on YouTube have to answer anything. You know, that ask them a question, they could ignore it. Everyone that I've contacted, they've answered. Great guys. Todd, you want to learn some funny words? Funny because American, you know. Todd, he's fun to watch. He's got all sorts of fun words for being over there, overseas. Yeah. You all have fun. I know I will.